Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's 𝐁𝐨𝐴𝐤 with the No Flipping Excuses show. I am so excited that you're joining us today. Now, before we hop into today's episode, I just want to remind all of you, if you're not already a subscriber to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that. We are delivering some of the best information out there on YouTube, and I would hate for you to miss any of that. So become a subscriber. And as always, we'll continue the conversation well after the episode that you're checking out today ends down in the comments section right below. So you could drop a comment and make sure you share this on all the socials, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all that type of stuff. Would love to have the love shown on the channel. So with that said, I've got a very special guest joining me today, Mr. Leslie Clark. Leslie, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty good in yourself.
I'm good. I'm good. No complaints whatsoever. For people that don't know, Leslie joined our program a while ago, and we were chatting it up a few months ago. He came here to good old the vacation destination of the country, good old Indianapolis, Noblesville, Indiana, and I had a chance to meet him in person, and it was great. You're doing some amazing things there, but for people that don't know, tell people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how long you've been in the business.
Okay, my name is Leslie Clark. I'm from New York City, and I've been in the business really around this time last year. But I've been like a lot of people, YouTube University, just interested, watch a lot of videos, but at a certain point you got to step it up. So I saw you guys, I kept seeing you guys. So, and y'all just sounded different from what everybody else was spewing or the other, people, everybody else teaching real estate. So something the guys it just stood out, and I just made the decision. And that was like last December, I believe. And I
Mhm.
bought you guys' course, and I got on, and I just had to have that conversation with myself and say, you got to do it. You got to do it. You guys, your program, it was like y'all was going to help after. It's not just sending us the information. Y'all was going to really help us, handhold, help us get through the deal. So I said I had no excuses, no flipping excuses. So I
I
was
like
like,
that.
I had to go.
I love it. I love it. So, Leslie, when you came in town, you were talking about some of the things, obviously, that you're talking about today, but you bring up some things. So you started like a little over a year ago, and you came to us. I believe it was for the 5-day challenge, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you attended the 5-day challenge, decided to hop on board with us. Um, so were you checking out other people's stuff? Like I know you said we kind of came across different and all that kind of stuff. Like what type of stuff were you feeling out there that, just wasn't like kind of your bag or your cup of tea per se?
Because everybody else teaching real estate is basically saying the same thing.
Mm,
So, and that's a lot of it is the marketing. Basically, everybody's saying cold call,
right.
drive for dollars. No matter whose course it is, they all basically saying the same. They got the same format. So I don't remember how I got introduced to you, but I just stumbled upon. I think I saw you first, and then Jason Palliser, and I'm like, they're saying things way different than everybody else. So it just really got my attention.
No,
They're
I like
doing
that.
the same thing, the same format. If everybody's doing the same exact format, something's not right.
Yeah. No, I hear you. So, Leslie, I know you're obviously you're able to talk to people and all that type of stuff just from when we met for the first time a few months ago. But obviously before that we were talking through Zooms and whatnot on the coaching sessions. But what did you do like in your past life per se on your job? Just so people like some people out there work a 9 to 5 grind. They might be nurses. They might just be in, industrial positions to where they're in some sort of a complex all day. So what was it that you were doing before you decided to, jump into real estate investing?
So I was Uber driver.
Oh, okay.
I've been in the transportation business for quite some time. Before even Uber started, I was in the transportation business. And I did that because I enjoyed the freedom. I make my own schedule. I come and go. And then another reason maybe because I'm out and so when I heard about driving for dollars, that made sense for me because I'm out in neighborhoods I would never normally be in, going down streets I never go, and I always seen abandoned properties.
Yep.
So actually I went to something in New York City. New York City had a real estate investment group. I went there. I forgot about this. I went there and I went there 1 week. It was there every Tuesday. So I went on a Tuesday and I went. They had a lot of information. I got a couple of people's phone numbers and had some good contacts, networking. Then the very next week, I happened to sit next to a young lady. I talked to the young lady, and it was her first time. So I've been there maybe 2 or 3 times. So I'm telling her, she's just asking me how it goes. I'm telling her how it goes. So she was a commercial loan broker. So this was on a Tuesday. So it was a commercial loan broker. Sat there Tuesday, met her, didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
The next day, I'm a car service. I pick somebody up, pick them up from the airport, pick somebody up, JFK Airport, bringing them to New York City. Me and the lady, we had a conversation. Real estate comes up, and she says, "Oh, my husband does real estate, and he's trying to get a loan for a building in California. He can't get this loan."
Yeah.
I sat next to just yesterday the loan broker. So I just call her. I get his information. No, she says, "Could you pick him up on Friday? He's coming to New York on Friday. Could you go pick him up on Friday?" So I picked him up on Friday. We discussed real estate, and he said, "Anything you could do, you can try." So I called the loan broker up, and I was just the middleman. He's looking for money. She's trying to borrow money.
Yeah.
In those couple of days, it just fell out the sky. It fell right in my lap. So
there's a reason for all that.
Got the deal done, and I made $60,000 on that deal.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy, man. And that's not even the deal that we're going to be talking about here, which is
Right, no.
awesome. So,
That was probably like the summer before.
okay.
So that just fell out the sky.
Yeah. It's a nice little payday for handing it off to somebody else.
Yes. So just me just being the middleman, because he got I think a couple of $1 million or something like that. So just for me doing the information, I made $60,000.
That's nice. That's awesome, man. That
was nice, but how do you duplicate that?
Right. You know, that's something to where you just start putting out that you've got somebody that could help out with funding. You could put that out on social media, or you could talk about it at RIAs, things like that. You could let people know that you've got funding available through a broker. You could duplicate that over and over as many times as you want, because you go to those RIAs and everybody's looking for money at those RIAs. And even going in some of the local Facebook groups, I feel like that would be extremely helpful too, just letting people know that you have funds available, and it's actually direct funds that you have, not this, we have to go through all these middlemen to try and get funds. You know what I mean?
Right.
But no, I definitely feel like it's something that you can duplicate. But let's talk about this deal, because a lot of people that we've talked to before they hop into our program, they always say like, "Oh, New York's super competitive," and it is. It's a competitive market. But let's talk about this deal that you did in the Bronx.
Yeah.
When we started chatting about it, I'm like, "What? Man, this was a crazy profit deal that you put together." So let's talk about it. This was a tax delinquent deal, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So was this one that came in from the direct mail campaign that we helped get you set up with?
Yes.
Okay.
So
go ahead, Leslie.
Oh, so you guys, yes, you set me up with the direct campaign, direct mail campaign. So I remember on a Thursday, I gave the approval. Said it looks good, everything looks good, and my information is fine, everything's set up fine, and I gave the approval and didn't really think too much of it. So the approval went on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That Tuesday, 9 o'clock in the morning, the phone rings, and I see it's coming from the campaign.
Yeah.
I panic. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm so not even prepared.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my script. I'm trying to find the script. I just answered the phone. So I wasn't going to answer the phone. Someone says answer the phone. I answer the phone. I'm trying to remember the script. I'm stumbling and bumbling. I'm messing up so bad.
Oh my
But
God.
just like how you say, they're gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
That's how it happened. Just how you guys said. Exactly how they're just gonna. So I just be quiet, listen to them, their problems and everything, their situation, and I did just that. And I'm just taking notes, and I'm trying to remember the questions to ask and everything. So I'm piecing it together. I did okay. Could have did way better, but I messed up. And then I think I got that Tuesday. I got maybe 4 or 5 calls that day.
Okay. So
So
those are all like those were all inbound leads, right?
inbound leads, they're calling me.
Okay.
So the next day, that Wednesday,
Mhm.
the first call of that Wednesday, 9 o'clock, and it was almost 9 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah.
I get another phone call. I'm still stumbling, bumbling, I got the script down pat and everything. But this was lady, she was with your definition of a motivated seller.
Okay.
So I've read so many times, when you get in contact with a motivated seller, you're gonna know.
Yeah.
So she was just saying, okay, she just wanted me to explain what was going on. I explained what we could do, the voucher, the loan. And she was like, when can you come see my house? Can you make it today? I'm so unprepared. I'm super unprepared. I was gonna say Thursday, which is the next day, but some say give myself a little time. So I say Friday. I'll make it Friday. And so I made it Friday afternoon. And so I now have an appointment. Now I'm like, I have to get this done.
Yeah.
And the one question asked, she was like, say, are you guys for real? So because she asked that question, she said, you're not a scam or this and other. I was like, no, of course not. But I don't have no business cards. I don't have anything. So that's what I did. I went and got business cards made up. I went and got a shirt with my company name logo on it.
I love it.
Made up just to show some credibility and everything. So when I went there, I felt a little bit more confident knocking on her door. So
I love it,
it was
man.
a 6-family home. And she was just a title landlord, basically because the rents, she couldn't really raise the rents.
Okay.
So she was just barely getting by, actually just really falling behind every month. And she got to come out of her pocket to pay the mortgage. Well, actually it was no mortgage. It was no mortgage, but just to keep afloat for all the other bills.
Yeah. Yeah. And so on all the people that called in, I want to just make sure people understand this. Hey, book your free strategy session call today by going to 2daycall.com. That's the number 2daycall.com. We'd love to talk to you about how we're tapping into 34 plus lead generation off-market strategies in your market. Most of them too are free. Let's talk about it. Let's see how we can help you and your business thrive right now. Head on over to 2daycall.com. Talk to you later. Bye. On the people that were calling, did any of them have a mortgage?
I think maybe 1 or 2.
Okay.
Majority, no
small balance.
mortgage. Majority, no mortgage. It was either low mortgage, was almost paid off, or majority 80% no mortgage.
Wow. Yeah. So that kind of falls in line with the percentages that we have. So that's awesome. So these people are calling you, they're raising their hand, they're saying, hey, Leslie, we need help. So let's go back to this person that has the 6 unit, tired landlord, New York, obviously they still held up like some of the eviction stuff post COVID. So I'm sure that wasn't helping her on wanting to keep that property. So let's talk about it. So how did you approach her with the offer? What did you offer her? Like, walk us through like what was she kind of wanting to do? Was she just like putting her hands up like, hey, I'm done, just make me a fair offer?
Basically, but I was really my struggle was trying to find out how much was it worth? How
Mhm.
much was the ARV? I did some comps, and then the comps made me a little nervous because it was I'm seeing $1 million comps. The
Sure.
lowest comp was basically I think 800,000, close to 900,000. So I had one comp for the highest comp was 1.5. Then I had one a million point one, then a one 999,000, and another one 800,000. So I said, this is $1 million. It's somewhere around $1 million. So,
Wow.
but she's behind. She was behind, if I remember, like $70,000 behind in taxes.
Wow. That's a decent chunk of change.
Yes.
Okay. So you go in, walk us through what was the offer? Do you recall what the number was that she accepted?
So I went in. When I went to speak to her, I had in my head, I'm going to try to get it for half. I've said, I'm going to try to get it for 500,000. That's what I had in my head. So I start off negotiating. I start off with 350,000.
Wow, okay.
She,
You were going in lowballing.
I was, I said, let
I
me
love it.
try.
I
Cause
love it.
she sounded so deaf. She was like, just take it. I just want it going. Just take it.
Yeah, why not? Why
So
not
I
start
tested the
low?
waters. I tested it all. She was like, no, that's a little too low.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I came up to the 400s, and then I'm trying to get her to say a number. I'm trying to see what number is in her head.
Yeah.
So eventually she said five, it was close to six, like 500, it was 60,000, 580,000.
Okay.
So I know I wasn't in the ballpark. So I just tried to explain to her, um, all the costs that got to go into fixing up the property, you're behind, this and the other. And it made sense, I wasn't lying to her and everything, didn't no false truths, anything. So she kind of understood and she was comfortable. Then I just said 500,000. And she was just in her, she had her daughter there with her, and they both, like I see they both nodded, and she's like, she felt good about that number, and we shook on it right then and there.
Wow. So you picked up a property that more than likely was worth around $1 million for 50% off.
Yes.
Wow. In a competitive Bronx market.
Yes. The
Okay.
second day of calls.
Man.
The
Leslie,
first call of the second day.
so let me ask you this too, for the people that are going to be watching this. Where would you rank yourself from like 0 to 10 on your negotiation skills? Well, no, not today, not right now.
Uh,
Leslie. Back when you were doing that, back when you got that deal under contract, because you've made some improvements since then.
yes, but I had no no negotiation skill. I had almost I give myself a 3 or 4, some maybe.
Okay.
Very little.
The main reason I asked that, Leslie, is because a lot of people out there think you need to have all these crazy negotiation skills, but they contacted you and they felt comfortable with you. So that's something that a lot of people don't understand with our program is they're calling you first and foremost, and they're wanting you to come out or talk over the phone. So they already are having a high level of trust in you already. So you don't need to have the crazy negotiation skills. Like you literally picked up a property for 50% of what it is in a competitive market. So kudos to you, Leslie. You need to give yourself a little bit more credit, man. That's great. That's a great deal that you picked up. So you pick it up for 500,000 bucks. What are you thinking next? Like, oh my gosh, like did you have cash buyers lined up for this deal?
Had
Like what's
nothing. I
okay.
had nothing set up. So
Okay.
now now I didn't have the contract. I made a sign. I was like, we're gonna have to sign again, but this is just something for now. So I gave us something to know, but I didn't know if the contracts was right and everything, or if they fit for New York. So I had to go find a lawyer to see if these contracts are right. He gave me a whole new set of contracts. I said, just make it short. Long as it's not too complicated, make it short as possible.
Yeah.
So I had to get that done. I got that done. I didn't have a buyer. So what happened was this was beginning of May. So that February, I went to a New York realtor
Hmm.
uh, function, and I sat in the front row. It was they was teaching wholesaling, so I
Yeah.
sat in the front row of the local real, and the presenter, one of the presenters, he kept calling on me, asking me questions. He called on me like 10 times. So, but he was from the Bronx also.
Okay.
So so I just remembered him, and I remember speaking to him after the event, and I said, I gotta get to know this guy. So I remember I called after the weekend was over. I called him that Monday just to reassure. I had a conversation with him. So I haven't spoken to him since that was February. I haven't spoken to him since May. So now I was just calling him to ask him if he knew any buyers. So
Yeah.
he said, tell me about the property. So I'm telling him about the property. He says, hey, I'll buy it. So my first phone call to look for buyers, the guy says, I'll be the buyer. I'll buy it.
Wow.
So
Wow.
everything just fell out the sky on time. And then that was a Monday. I remember I called him Monday. Wednesday, we're both at the seller's house.
Okay.
And
So the buyer came with you to the
yes,
seller stuff? Okay.
yes. So he came. Well, I spoke to. I went back Tuesday. I got the paperwork signed, and then me and the buyer went, and we started the process.
Okay. So tell me how you did it then. Did you and the buyer, did you do what's called an A to B, B to C deal, or did you do an assignment deal?
I did assignment.
Okay, perfect. So for folks that don't know that, what Leslie did is he has it under contract for $500,000, and then he was selling that contract to the buyer that he did that first phone call with. Um, Tell us what did you end up doing as far as like an assignment contract with the buyer?
So it was actually for 100,000, but but the problem was the tenants. We
Ah,
really couldn't get the tenants out as fast as he thought he could. It might have been took 2 years to get the tenants out.
wow. Is that mainly because of New York?
Yes. This
Ah,
New York and his Dolores and everything. So he didn't mind waiting, but he was like, I can't give you the 100,000, you know.
okay.
So we
That makes sense.
negotiated. Yeah, so we negotiated. And I thought that was fair because I even did the research myself, so and everything. And I called and found out myself and everything that was true.
Yeah.
And, so we agreed on 50,000. It's my first deal. I can't be mad. I can't complain. I can't whine.
No, no. What's there to complain or whine about? $50,000 for one deal. How much time would you say you put into that deal? Like from start to finish?
From start to finish. I mean, hour wise is really not a lot. It's I went crazy for that maybe a week. I went crazy because I just had nothing prepared.
Yeah.
So business cards and contracts made up and t-shirts and shirts and so that was the bulk of it.
Yeah.
So
So maybe like 4 or 5 hours?
about 4 or 5 hours total.
Wow. Wow. So you essentially made almost $10,000 an hour for that deal.
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome. So between that deal and the broker deal, about 110 grand that you made, but specifically off of the deal that came from us being able to work together with you, man, 50 grand from your first deal for about 4 or 5 hours of work. That's pretty incredible. So what's that? Yeah, man, that's crazy. Just so you know, I know I expressed it through email and whatnot when we've been chatting back and forth to try and get this interview lined up, but I am so proud of you. That's incredible to do
Thank you.
50 grand on your first deal, Leslie. Um, so yeah, anything we could do to try and help you. Has anything else from the leads kind of transpired at all from other people calling you?
So after this summer, after I left your event, I came back. Y'all gave me some tips and some things to do. So I had a list of 300 of properties in the Bronx, and I personally drove all 300 properties
Wow.
to put the was the sticker on the door,
Yeah, the door tagging.
dog tags. I tagged all 300 doors myself.
Wow. That took a lot of time.
It about a week,
Wow.
about somewhere a little bit more, a little bit less, somewhere around a week or
Okay.
so.
So
So
so what happened with 300 door tags?
the first call I remember it wasn't good.
Okay.
So you don't go around people tagging people doors or something like that. But then I got a couple of interests, but nothing really panned out.
Okay.
So then I resent um some more letters, but the problem was everybody wanted to stay. Everybody's in a situation, but everybody wants to stay.
Okay.
So and I tried the other technique where you can actually stay, but people still was trying to stay in their property.
Okay.
They're gonna lose a property. So I just actually last week, and because New York was on hold, they wasn't really kicking anybody out. They were doing anything for the next step after the tax liens. So everything was on hold. So I just went just last week and found out this May coming up, you
Mm,
know, that's when the things go to auction.
that
So I'm
makes
going to
sense.
that same list. I'm going to get another list. I'm going to use that same list because now it's a time clock. So I'm going to resend letters to the list.
Yeah, that's about 4 months from now.
Yeah. So
So that comes up so fast, and these people don't realize it. So one of the things I'll tell you is after we're done recording this, is we could set up some time, and I could help you talk, pitch some of these people, the lease back or the rent back options where they can stay in the house and have a path to ownership to it again. That's something that just for people that are watching this right now, that's some of the things that we do is a lot of these people do want to stay in their house. So we do have some options to where they can stay in there because not everybody's going to be a landlord like Leslie found with the deal that he got for 500 grand and assigned it for a 50 grand fee. So I'll be more than happy to do some of those calls with you. So we could set some of that up here in just a moment once we're all done. But Leslie, I want to ask you this. So for people that are going through tons of programs, they're maybe spending 10, 20, $30,000 on trainings and coachings and all that type of stuff. What kind of feedback or advice would you give to those people right now that are kind of struggling to get their first deal done? Do you have any words of advice, any encouragement that you would give to them?
yes, because I was that person. I was that person buying this, thinking I just got to get all this information. You don't know enough information. So whatever program you buy, whatever program, stick to it and just do it. Spend out some time every day and stick to it. Make the promise to yourself and stick to that one program.
Gotcha.
And who chases two rabbits catches neither.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you. And it makes sense, right? Because when I was first getting started, I remember sitting on my office floor being surrounded by all these training programs because this was 2008 when they would still send physical courses. And I didn't know where to start. Like I was spreading myself too thin. So I agree with you so much on that. That makes so much sense to just stick to it. Um, and for those of you that are watching this, our next challenge is coming up. We do them on a bi-monthly basis now. So you could head on over to realestatefreedomchallenge.com and get registered. It's free. Would you recommend to people when they register for that? Did you have a good time with the VIP experience that we gave?
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
So it's worth the 47 bucks.
Definitely.
Okay. All right.
Definitely.
Good deal. Well, I appreciate that. So, Leslie, any parting words here before we say goodbye to our folks that are watching us from wherever they're watching the video from?
And you heard this before, it's nothing new. Take action, and take more action.
I love it. I
Just
love
do it. Don't think. Just do it. I had no time to think. Just do it. Just go.
You really didn't. People start calling, and I love that you made the mistakes because that creates the experiences that will allow you to learn from those mistakes. And most of the time, the homeowners never even know that you make the mistake to begin with.
No, they
So
had no clue.
no, no clue at all. So you did an amazing job. You're learning, you're creating those experiences, and can't wait to help you out with more deals. So, folks, you heard it from Leslie himself. He's in a competitive market in Bronx, New York. You heard it from him. He made a $50,000 assignment fee from his very first deal from the exclusive inbound leads that we set up for him. So, with that said, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you become a subscriber of our channel. We would love to have you. We have tons of videos just like this on our channel. So make sure you give it a big thumbs up and make sure you drop a comment below. Let Leslie know that he did an amazing job. So drop a comment below, my friends. Would love to spread the love to Leslie here. He did an awesome job on that very first deal. So that is all we have for today. Enjoy the rest of our channel. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk soon. Take care. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, go grab a copy of our brand new book. We'd love to put this in your hands. The Art of Flipping Deals. You could go grab your copy today at theflippingbook.com. Make sure you head on over to theflippingbook.com. We'd love to get this in your hands today and show you exactly how you could get free exclusive inbound leads in your business today. Make sure you head on over to theflippingbook.com. Take care. Bye.